And she actually used to work right here on BBC Radio York, and she joins me this morning. Morning to you, Carly. Thank you for joining me again on the show. How are you today?
Oh, good morning, Jo Anita. I'm well, considering it's of course it's Groundhog Day here, so it's the same as every other day today.
Yeah, and it's 2 weeks on from the start of the lockdown, and things got tougher this week.
Things have got a lot tougher this week. It's impossible really to comprehend how they can, because it started with the national lockdown, like you say, almost 2 weeks ago, and that created a sense of shock that it had got this bad. It was obvious that the situation has developed and become really dire. And you thought that was probably the limit. Unfortunately, in reality, people wanted to still get outside. They accepted that they couldn't move around the different municipalities and that they would be working from home. But they still, of course, wanted to get a breath of fresh air, go on a walk, go on a run. And unfortunately, as the cases have continued to rise, they're now at over 47,000. And we spoke last Saturday, you and I, and it was 17,000. So that's how much it's risen in just 1 week. So as a result, the authorities have clamped down tighter and tighter, and now we are completely restricted. They said you can have 500 metres max distance from your house. However, we received yet another decree. As I mentioned to you every time we speak on the radio, there's another decree every day. And the latest decree is this is not working. The 500 metres was almost just for good sense, but people are still going outside. People are still in close contact with each other. Now you have to have a self-declaration form just to go to the supermarket or the pharmacy and back. There is absolutely no other activity allowed. So in real terms, we are under full house arrest now.
Okay. I'm terrified to ask you what you're missing at the moment, actually. It sounds like a lot, actually, that you're missing out on the things that you normally would do.
Yeah, absolutely. Normal life, things that everyone just takes for granted, being able to go out your front door, have a walk, or maybe get into your car, go to a coffee shop. I mean, all that seems like a distant memory already, and it's only been 2 weeks. Although it is week 4 for a lot of us, those who have been working in schools, it's week 4 now since changes came into force, and 2 weeks, of course, since it was a national red zone.
Is there a good size? Is there a good side, Carly? Please tell me.
Yeah. There actually is a good side, because it forces you to slow down. And it forces you to appreciate the little things, which I think that we remind ourselves to do that anyway in life, because life is so busy, we go so fast, and we're kind of hurling ourselves from one thing to the next. So this gives you a chance to just breathe, be human, not do, but be for a change. And it also calls on our resilience. It's so important as human beings to learn resilience. And I think most of us will have gone through something difficult in the past in our lives. So we're calling on those skills to embrace life after loss. And this is exactly what we're doing. If you've lost somebody or something in the past, we need to use those skills again now. Embrace what's left. Instead of thinking, this is awful, awful every minute of the day. Think, well, what can I still do? And you can still look at the sky. If you don't even have a garden, the people here who have balconies, because apartment living is very common in Italy. So even opening the door and letting the sun shine on your face, or listening to the birds, listening to a laughter of a child through another window, you've got to appreciate these little things to get you through. And I think probably it will change us for the better. We will appreciate the little things once we come out of this. Even a hug, we're all missing hugging our families. We're apart. So all those small things will just feel like heaven afterwards.
Wonderful. Carly, it's so nice to speak to you, and actually giving us that positive feeling there at the very end, because we are kind of gearing up for something similar, I suppose, here in the UK. Carly, thank you very much, and we'll speak again and speak to you and find out how things are going. Is that all right?
Of course. Take care.
Thank you so much, and stay safe, Carly. Carly Drinkwater there lives near Bologna, works as a teacher, used to work here at BBC Radio York, so she knows the area. So she's here kind of giving you an update, helping you through as well, giving us some tips on kind of just enjoying what we have. It's 26 minutes past 7.